What is hui? My parents try to explain it, but I still don't understand. Hui is the best kept secret by Asian boomers to buy property. I'll show it to you. Secret exposed. So hui in Vietnamese means club, or in Cantonese vui, club, and it's basically an informal money savings club. So step one, you form a group or a hui, and it's usually between 10 to 20 people. You guys are fam, you guys are the money savings club fam at the moment. And for this fam over here, the rule is everyone must contribute every month, for example over here, $5,000 a month out of the 10 members. And the second rule is every month, one member gets paid out the sum of the total 5K contributed. Let me show you an example. So you form your money savings club and you have 10 members over here, right? So every month, right, every member must contribute, for example, in this example, $5,000 in a month. So this person contributes $5,000 times by 10 people. So in that month, there's about 50K in the pool. Now, depending on how you run the hui, which determines the order in which members receive their pooled money in that given month. For example, it could be a random draw system. For example, out of the 10 people, everyone puts their name in the hat and then you just draw it out blindly. Or it could be a pre-arranged order. For example, pre the hui being started, everyone puts the order of how the money is drawn. Or it could be a bidding system, which I'll digress later. So depending on what rotation system the hui chooses to stick with, for example, there's a pre-arranged order. And in that month, it's Alice Nguyen's turn to receive the total funds of the hui's contribution. For example, Alice Nguyen, a first home buyer, receives $50,000. In the first month, number one, Alice receives $50,000 pulled from the 10 members, including herself. And say in month number two, there's a Bob Tran over here out of the 10 members who also has a crush on Alice Nguyen. He receives in month two his turn of receiving $50,000. Say from there on, every month to month 10, every member, due to whatever rotation system they've chosen, has received their individual $50,000. Let's zoom back to Alice over here. Let's look at her point of view. What happens is month one, she contributes $5,000. And due to whatever rotation system, this first home buyer, after contributing $5,000, gets picked to receive the members, collective members, $50,000. Following the same logic and flow on month two, again, based on the rule system that every member must contribute the set 5K, she then contributes another 5K, right? So in total, she has contributed 10K. And then following on month number three, she puts in 5K, and the total contribution is now 15K. And if you know where I'm going with this, in month 10, her final contribution of 5K, that takes her total contribution to be 50K. Now let's break down the benefits of hui for a first home buyer who has minimal deposit to get their first home and the reason why they want to join hui. So for Alice over here and other 9 members, they all contribute 5K per month. And in month one, the pool is now 50K out of these 10 members over here. And then Alice receives 50K in month one. And then because she's a fangirl of a certain mortgage broker on TikTok, through his services, she uses that deposit to buy her first home. And after putting down that deposit, that 50K is then used. And then in month two, Alice continues to contribute the 5K towards the hui. Because that is the pact they've made with each other, the blood oath they sworn during that ritual, which ensures every member receives $50,000, just like old mate over here, Bob Tran. In the second month, he receives his $50,000. And then he uses that money to also buy his first home over here as well. Now, hui is centered around fairness, which means at the end of each cycle, every member will receive their total contributions of funds. And that is the secret, guys, on how Asian boomers help their kids buy their homes faster. For this example over here for Alice Nguyen, the first home buyer with the help of her Asian boomer mum, by joining a hui, Alice doesn't need to save for 10 months to receive the $50,000. She gets a large sum up front, and this allows her to buy property faster than the rest of you guys who don't join a hui. And the biggest benefit is, in that cycle of you receiving the hui money, there's no interest charged when you receive the funds. For Alice over here on the first month of receiving the 50K, during the span of the 10 months, she doesn't need to pay interest. Plus, because you're united by blood and community, you are forced to save. For example, it's not your turn to receive the funds. And hui forces you to save and contribute because there's penalties for late contributions. For example, you'll get your knee capped if you don't show up with your monthly contributions. Nah, jokes. So hopefully, Wayne, this explains hui. This beats bank of mum and dad. This is bank of the community. This is Asian boomer gangster way of saving. Jump in the comments. Are you in a hui? And can I join?